Join students, after completing chapter 1, that is number system, today I am going to proceed for the next chapter, that is polynomials. Polynomials already have learned in class 8 also. Means an algebraic expression having non-negative integral power. An algebraic expression having non-negative integral power. Algebraic expression means what? Combination of constant and variable connected with fundamental operations or basic operations. Isn't it? Combination of constant and variable connected with basic operations, addition or subtraction or multiplication or division. Okay? Polynomial means algebraic expression having non-negative integral power. Clear? Non-negative integral power means non-negative integers. Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 dot onward means whole numbers. Okay, if you exclude negative integers, then you get non-negative integers. These are whole numbers, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 dot onward. The algebraic expression having non-negative integral power, known as polynomial. For example, first I am writing algebraic expressions and thereafter we have to select polynomials, isn't it? 5x square minus 2x plus 3. Second, 5x to the power 2 upon 3 minus 2x plus 3. Third, 5 to the power minus 2x square minus 2x plus 3 to the power 2 upon 3. What is? Fourth, 5x minus 2 square root x plus 3. All are algebraic expressions because combination of constant and variables connected with fundamental operations or basic operations. Now you have to identify polynomials. So we have to check the power of the variable of terms of the given algebraic expression. If it is non-negative integers, then only the given algebraic expression is polynomial. Listen again. We have to check the power of the variable of the given algebraic expressions. If the power of the variable is in non-negative integer, then only we can say that the given algebraic expression is a polynomial. Clear? So, first one, power of variable only you have to check, not constant. You have to check the power of variable, not power of constant. Clear? So, x square 2 is a power minus 2x 1 is the power of x. So 2 and 1, these are non-negative integers, then the algebraic expression is a polynomial. Again you have to check second one, power of variable of first term, that is 2 upon 3. 2 upon 3 is not an integer, isn't it? That's why it is not a polynomial. Power must be non-negative integer. If negative integer or suppose in other numbers in power given, then it is not a polynomial. So 2 by 3 is not an integer, that's why this algebraic expression is not a polynomial. Third one you have to check. We have to check the power of variable. Power of constant is minus 2. Okay? 2 by 3. Both are non-negative, not non-negative integers. 5 to the power minus 2, 3 to the power 2 by 3 minus 2 and 2 by 3. These are not non-negative integers, not a whole number. That's why we cannot say it is not a polynomial. We have to check only the power of variable, not the power of constant, isn't it? Power of variable, x squared, power is 2. 2x to the power nothing means 1. You have to check the power of variable of the terms. These are non-negative integers. That's why it is a polynomial. Okay. Thereafter 5x power is 1 minus 2 square root x. Okay. If you express square root x as exponential form, then you have to write x to the power 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 is not an integer. That's why it is not a polynomial. Okay, these all are algebraic expressions, and out of 4, 2 are polynomials. Clear? So definition of the polynomial is an algebraic expression having non-negative integral power, known as polynomial. Okay, we conclude that every polynomial is an algebraic expression, but every algebraic expression is not a polynomial, isn't it? Every polynomial is an algebraic expression, but every algebraic expression is not a polynomial. Clear? Classification we know on the basis of terms and on the basis of degree. Clear? The degree of polynomial. Highest power of the term of the given polynomial is degree of polynomial. Highest power of the term of the given polynomial is degree of polynomial. Suppose x cube plus 7 x square plus 5x to the power 4 minus 3x plus 11. One polynomial we have. Okay, standard form you know, according to descending order or ascending order of power of the terms, we have to rearrange the given polynomial. Standard form, we have to write polynomial in this way: 5x to the power 4 plus x cube plus 7x square minus 3x plus 11. So arrange the given polynomial according to the descending order of power, known as standard form, isn't it? So highest power is what? 4. So degree 4. A degree of polynomial, given polynomial is 4. Clear? Similarly, suppose two variables given: 5x to the power 4y cube plus 7x cube y square minus 3x square y plus 7. Got it? So two variables involved in one term. In that case, we have to add the power of both the variables of the terms, and the highest sum is degree of polynomial, isn't it? So 4 plus 3, 7, 3 plus 2, 5, 2 plus y to the power nothing is 1, 2 plus 1, 3, so highest sum is 7, isn't it? We have to write degree of polynomial is 7. In this way, you have to find degree of polynomial. When two variables involved in term, then we have to add the power of both the variables, and thereafter we have to check the highest sum. That highest sum of the term of the polynomial is degree of polynomial. Clear? So classification on the basis of terms and on the basis of degree. Polynomials on the basis of terms, on the basis of degree. Okay, on the basis of terms, one term polynomial is known as monomial. Monomial means one term polynomial. One term polynomial. For example, 5xy or 7 by 9x square, whatever. When the variables combined with multiplication or division, when the variables combined with multiplication or division, we have to count that as one term. 5 into x into y, that is one term polynomial known as monomial. Second, binomial, two terms polynomial. Okay, like example, 5x plus y or 7 by 9x minus y, whatever. So when the variables combined with addition or subtraction, then you have to count separately the terms, and accordingly we can say binomial or trinomial. Okay, so 5x plus y combined with addition 7 upon 9x minus y. When the variable connected with addition or subtraction, we have to count the separate terms. First term, second term in this way, first term, second term in this way, you have to count, and accordingly you have to write the name. So binomial, two terms polynomial. Third, trinomial. Trinomial, three terms polynomial. Okay, three terms polynomial everybody knows. For example, 5x square minus 3x plus 3. Got it. So 1, 2, 3 terms are there. It is trinomial. Okay, thereafter quadrinomial. 4 terms polynomial is known as quadrinomial, isn't it? So monomial, binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial. Okay, so classification, and thereafter on the basis of degree we can classify. First, constant polynomial. Constant polynomial means degree 0. 0 degree polynomial is known as constant polynomial, means any numeral, suppose 5 is there. Okay, 5 is a polynomial. Why? We can write 5x to the power 0. X to the power 0 means 1. 1 into 5, again we get 5. So degree of polynomial is 0, so known as constant polynomial, because we get a constant 5 again. Okay, so every constant means numeral is a polynomial. We can express like this. Okay, x to the power 0, y to the power 0, whatever. Second is linear. Linear polynomial. Degree 2 degree polynomial. 2 degree polynomial is 0 degree polynomial. Okay, for example, only x square or x square minus 4 whatever, you have to check the degree only, not number of terms in case of classification on the basis of degree. Okay, third, quadratic polynomial. What? Sorry, linear means 1 degree polynomial. This is 1 degree. Linear polynomial means 1 degree polynomial, means degree, suppose x or x minus 4. So degree of polynomial is 1. In quadratic polynomial, the degree 2 degree polynomial. For example, x square or x square minus 4 whatever. Okay, So 1 degree polynomial is linear polynomial, 2 degree polynomial is quadratic polynomial, 3 degree polynomial is cubic polynomial, 3 degree. For example, x cube minus 27 whatever. Okay. So 3 degree polynomial is cubic polynomial, 4 degree polynomial is biquadratic polynomial, isn't it? So constant polynomial means degree of the polynomial is 0, linear polynomial means degree of polynomial is 1, quadratic polynomial means degree of polynomial is 2, cubic polynomial means degree of polynomial 3, biquadratic polynomial means degree of polynomial 4. In this way classification given. Okay. After 4 degree you have to write degree of polynomial 5 or 5 degree polynomial, 6 degree polynomial, whatever. Nomenclature is not given. Clear? So on the basis of terms, on the basis of degree, we can classify the polynomials. Now thereafter, first exercise, that is introductory exercise of R.S. Agarwal, that is exercise 2A. Question number 1, introductory exercise. Which of the following expressions are polynomials? In case of polynomial, write degree. Okay, taking any one, third t square minus 2 by 5t plus square root 5. Okay, so first of all you have to check if the given algebraic expression is polynomial or not. If yes, then you have to write degree of polynomial. Clear? You have to check the power of the term of the given expression. So 2, power of first term is 2, second term is nothing, means 1. The power is in non-negative integer, that's why it is a polynomial. Is a polynomial. Okay, of degree, highest degree, highest term of the power is degree of polynomial, as you know, that is 2. Clear? In this way you have to write is a polynomial of degree whatever. Suppose x to the power minus 2 plus 2 to the power x to the power minus 1 plus 3. Okay, polynomial or not, again you have to check the power of terms. Minus 2, minus 1, these are negative integers. Okay, so it is not a polynomial. Suppose minus 3 by 5, only constant is there. Every constant is a polynomial of degree 0. So is a polynomial of degree 0. Okay, in this way you have to do. Question number 3. Write the coefficient of x in 3 upon 8 x square minus 2 upon 7x plus 1 by 6. You have to write the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. First of all, you have to check the term x, and thereafter you have to write the coefficient. Minus 2 by 7 multiplied with x. Okay, so this multiply minus 2 by 7 is the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is minus 2 by 7. Okay, coefficient of x square is what? 3 by 8. If sign is positive, then you have to write in the same sign. If negative, then you have to write with the same sign. Clear? The coefficient of x square is 3 by 8. Coefficient of x is minus 2 by 7. Clear? In this way, you have to write coefficient of the term. Thereafter, questions number, all are introductory exercise actually, all questions you know. In spite of that, some questions I have to explain. Third, rewrite each of the following polynomials in standard form. Standard form, okay. You have to rearrange the given as standard form. 2x minus x to the power 5 minus 3x square. Clear? You have to rewrite as standard form. The standard form you know, according to descending order of power of terms, you have to rearrange the terms. So first of all, you have to write highest power term, that is minus x to the power 5 plus 6x cubed minus 3x square minus 2x. This is the standard form of the given question. Okay. This was only introductory exercise, so you have to go through all the questions. First of all, you have to go through the classification of polynomials and how to identify polynomials, and thereafter you can do easily exercise 2.8. Now thereafter, zero of polynomial. Zeros of a polynomial. Okay, generally polynomials represented by, in this way, suppose x square minus 3x plus 2, whatever given, you have to write in this way, px equal, this is the notation of polynomial. Px means polynomial root term x. Okay, suppose t square minus 3t plus 2 is given, you may write f within bracket y, means polynomial root term, y, t. Polynomial root term t. Polynomial is given in term of t, so you have to write in this way, f within bracket small t. Okay, suppose y square minus 3y plus 2 whatever, we may write the notation q within bracket y, means polynomial root term y. So these are the notations. Okay, if you say px is a polynomial with term x, if you say gy is a polynomial, means polynomial in term of y we have, isn't it? These are the notations. Zeros of polynomials means what? Let px be a polynomial, and if p alpha equal to 0, then we can say that alpha is a 0 of given polynomial. Nothing else. If px is a polynomial and p, suppose a or alpha equal to 0, alpha is a real number, suppose, then alpha is 0 of polynomial. Means what? Suppose px, example, equal to x plus 3. Okay, it's not clear definition. Listen carefully with example. Px is a polynomial that is equal to, suppose, x plus 3, and you have to find 0 of polynomial. Means what? What value of variable you have to substitute in place of x, so that after calculation entire value of the given polynomial is 0. Means what value you have to put in place of x, so that after calculation we get the value of given polynomial is 0. Clear? X plus 3. So what you have to substitute in place of x? Clear? So what value you have to put in place of x, so that you get the polynomial is 0? So that is minus 3 in place of x if we substitute. Then we get the value of this polynomial is 0. So here also you have to write minus 3. Okay, then we can say that minus 3 is the 0 of px, isn't it? Similarly, suppose py equal to y minus 2. Py is a polynomial that is equal to y minus 2. So what is the 0 of polynomial means what value you have to put in place of y, so that after calculation we get the value of the given polynomial is 0. So what value you have to put in place of y? 2 minus 2. So in place of y you have to put 2. So 2 minus 2 equal to 0. Then we can say that 2 is a 0 of py. So 0 of polynomial means what? If px is a polynomial and p alpha equal to 0, in place of x if we put alpha, and after calculation simplification if we get the entire value of polynomial is 0, then alpha is the 0 of given polynomial. Okay, so let's see the questions from exercise. Application of zeros of polynomial, exercise 2b. Question number 3. If f t equal to 4t square minus 3t plus 6, find first f0, second f4, third f minus 5. Okay, one polynomial is given, you have to find such and such. Let's see solution. We have ft equal to 4t square minus 3t plus 6. So first you have to find f0. ft is given, you have to find f0. In place of t, what you have to put? 0. In place of t, 0 is there, so you have to put 0 in place of t. So 4 0 square minus 3 into 0 plus 6, finally you get 6. You have to find f4. So ft is given and you have to find f4. In place of t, 4 is given. Means you have to put t equal to 4 in place of t. So 4 square minus 3 into 4 plus 6. 16, 64 minus 12 plus 6. 6 plus 64, 70 minus 12, 58. Third one is what? F minus 5. So ft equal to given, you have to find f minus 5. In place of t, minus 5 is there, you have to put t equal to minus 5. Everywhere, minus 5 whole square minus 3 minus 5 plus 6. 25. Wholes are 100 plus 15 plus 6. 121. In this way we can find the value of the given polynomial. Okay, so simple. Now come to next. Question number 6. Taking third. Verify that 2 by 5 is a 0 of polynomial fx. 2 upon 5 is a 0 of fx equal to 2 minus 5 by x. Okay, 2 minus 5x is a polynomial. You have to check 2 upon 5 is 0 polynomial or not. Means you have to put the value of x, that is 2 by 5 in place of x. Okay, and thereafter simplification, if we get the value of polynomial is 0, then 2 upon 5 is 0 of the given polynomial. Clear? Means f 2 upon 5, in place of x we have written 2 upon 5, that is equal to 2 minus 5 into, in place of x you have to write 2 upon 5, 5 cancel, so finally 2 minus 2, that is equal to 0. You get the value of polynomial is 0 after putting x equal to 2 upon 5. So therefore we can say that 2 upon 5 is a 0 of fx on given polynomial fx. Okay, thereafter 7. Second, verify that 2 and minus 3 are the zeros of qx equal to x square plus x minus 6. One polynomial is given, that is x square plus x minus 6, and we have to check 2 and minus 3 are the zeros or not. Actually what happened, in case of linear polynomial, at most number of zeros we get 1. Linear means 1 degree polynomial. Okay, the number of zeros depends on degree of polynomial. In case of linear polynomial, at most number of zeros we get 1. Okay, in case of quadratic polynomial means 2 degree polynomials. Okay, at most number of zeros of quadratic polynomial is 2. In case of cubic polynomial, 3 degree polynomials, at most number of zeros we get 3. Okay, maximum we get 3 zeros of cubic polynomial. Suppose 7 degree polynomial is given, so how many zeros we get? Maximum 7, and at most number of zeros of 7 degree polynomial is 7. So number of zeros depends on degree of polynomials. We can say at most number of zeros according to the degree of polynomial. 10 degree polynomial is given, then at most number of zeros of 10 degree polynomial is 10. So 2 zeros are given, we have to check these are, we have to verify these are the zeros of the given polynomial or not. 2 zeros, why? Because it is quadratic, x square plus x minus 6. Clear? In previous questions only 1 0 you have to check. Okay, so 1 0 why? Because polynomial is linear, 1 degree polynomial. Okay, in case of quadratic, maximum number of zeros 2, so that's why 2 zeros you have to check. Okay, one by one take it. So qx we know, that is qx equal to x square plus x minus 6. So put x equal to 2, so you have to write 2, q2 equal to 2 square plus 2 minus 6. So 2 to the 4 plus 6 minus 6 equal to 0. So after putting x equal to 2, we get the value of polynomial is 0. Then 2 is 1, 0 of the given polynomial. 1 is left. And q minus 3. In place of x, we have to write minus 3. Minus 3 square plus minus 3 minus 6. Minus 3 square 9 plus minus 3 minus 6. We get 9 minus 9 equal to 0. Again we get 0 after putting x equal to minus 3. So now conclude, then 2 and minus 3 are the zeros of qx, the given polynomial qx. Okay, in this way you can check the given values are 0 or not. Okay, now come to next. Question number 8. Find the zero of polynomial. You have to find, now you have to find the zero of polynomial. Okay, in the previous question we have to verify zeros or not. There before we done question number 3, that we have to find the value of the given polynomial. Now you have to find out zeros of linear polynomial only. In your syllabus, only linear polynomial is given. You have to find 0 of that linear polynomial. Okay. Question number 8. Third, Rx equal to 2x minus plus 5. Okay, means what value you have to put in place of x so that after simplification we get the value of the given polynomial is 0. Okay, so that value of x is 0 of polynomial that you have to find out. How? You have to write the value of Rx will be 0 if 2x plus 5 equal to 0, known as equation of polynomial. Okay, equation of polynomial means you have to put the symbol of equal to. Okay, now thereafter you have to find the value of x. So transposing 5 from LHS to RHS, and thereafter you have to transpose 2 also, the x equal to minus 5 by 2 to get the value of x, that is minus 5 by 2. So therefore we can write minus 5 by 2 is a 0 of polynomial Rx, isn't it? You can check your answer is correct or not. How to check? How to check? By 2x plus 5 a given polynomial Rx. Okay. So in place of x you have to put minus 5 by 2. So let's see, 2 into in place of x you have to write minus 5 by 2 plus 5. 2 cancel to minus 5 plus 5. Finally what we get? 0. In this way you have to check the value of polynomial is being 0 or not. After putting that value of x we get. Clear mentally or roughly? So in this way we have to find the value of variable, that is the 0 of given polynomial. Okay. Question number 8. Suppose 7. Px equal to ax. Okay, all the given terms in literal. So first of all you have to identify the terms of the polynomial. Terms of the polynomial you have to find out how Px is there. Then definitely the polynomial must be in term of x. Okay. Then other literal whatever is given, that is maybe a real number. How to find out? To write the statement, the value of Px will be 0 if ax equal to 0. Now find the value of x. So 0 upon a means x equal to 0. So therefore 0 is a 0 of polynomial Px. Okay. In this way you have to find zeros of polynomial. Okay, one polynomial is given. You have to make equation of polynomial and thereafter equate the value of variable, that is the 0 of polynomial. Clear? This much only. Introductory exercise you have to do first. Thereafter you have to proceed for remainder and factor theorems. Now write homework. Exercise 2a and 2b complete. Okay, that's all. Thank you and have a nice day.